Let's start. Why did you decide to study medicine?
I decided to study medicine because I will always be interested in helping people and understand how the human body works.
What do you usually ask a patient during their first consultation?
I usually ask about their shape, complaint medical history, and current symptoms.
Oh, interesting. Why is the shift complaint so important?
Because it helps guide the diagnosis and the rest of clinical interview.
Which medical specialty will you choose after you rate?
I will probably choose pediatrics because I enjoy working with children.
How often did you study anatomy during your first semester?
I study anatomy every day because it was very demanding subject.
What did the professor explain in pharmacology class yesterday?
The professor explained the action of the antibiotics.
Where will you do your medical residency in the future?
I will do my residence in large tertiary hospital.
When does the campus library open on weekends?
It opened at 8 a.m. on weekends.
What disease are we studying in pathology class right now?
We are studying diabetes mellitus.
How was the patient in room 3 feeling when you checked his vital signs?
He was feeling weak and had a high fever.
Why was the baby crying in the pediatric ward a few minutes ago?
The baby was crying because he was hungry. Now my turn. What were you doing in the history lab at 8 p.m. yesterday?
I was reviewing tissue samples under the microscopy.
Which doctor are you showing in hospital this week?
I am shadowing a cardiologist this week
That's cool. Why are you interested in cardiology?
because I think cardiovascular disease is very interesting and challenging.
Why was the surgeon rushing to the operation room when we saw him?
He was rushing because there was an emergency surgery.
What medical journals are you reading these days to prepare for exam?
I am reading clinical case reports and review articles.
How many clinical cases have you analyzed so far semester?
I have analyzed about 15 clinical cases so far.
What has been the most difficult medical subject you have taken?
The most difficult subject has been anatomy.
Which business have you received re- recently for a hospital safety?
I have received the hepatitis B and influenza vaccines.
How long have you wanted to be a doctor?
I have wanted to be a doctor since I was a child.
What kind of process you observed in emergency room?
I have observed tutors, intubations, and basic resuscitation.
Where have you volunteered since you started medical school?
I have volunteered in community health campaigns and clinics.